Hey guys, one of my favorite sayings by Steve Jobs. He says, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. Right? See these dots here? We can only connect them when we look back, because you can't connect them looking forward because you don't know what's going to happen in your life. So the thing that leads to the thing. I love saying that because when I look back to think that thing led to that thing that led to that thing to that thing that led to that thing. Like all of a sudden things make sense. When you get to look back and learn, your mess can become your message. And that's what we really want, our mess to become our message. A lot of times we got to go through suffering or hard times or struggle to get strength, right? Suffering and struggle will produce strength. And it's just like anything else. When you go to the gym and you keep working out and you keep working out and you keep working out and you keep working out, you will get the muscle. But if you stop working out, that muscle is going to be flabby and it's not going to do what you really want it to do, which is be strong. You got to keep pushing forward for your mindset. You have to change this for everything else to change, right? They say if your mind can believe, your body will achieve everything that your brain is thinking. The more you pay attention to your thoughts, the more your thoughts will serve you and serve your body if you start to just remind yourself to put new imprints in there. You got to say, I'm enough. I've always been enough. I'll always be enough. Or I have an athlete body. I'm strong. I'm fit. I'm healthy. I'm whole. I am such an incredible human being and I only attract good things to me. Right? We want all positive things because a negative thought and a negative emotion will always equal a negative result. A positive thought and a positive emotion will always equal a positive result. So you're going to be thinking about your thoughts. What are your thoughts thinking? Are they negative or are they positive? If you want positive things in your life, you got to think positive. If you want negative things in your life, just keep thinking negative and you'll have them. Because the world is like a magnet. It attracts what you think. I love Earl Nightingale. He says, if we don't make plans for our life and be intentional about the direction we want to go, it's almost like you're going to be on a ship on an ocean with no captain and no crew. You need help, man. You need help. If you're not happy with who you are and the life that you're living right now, you need help. You can't do it by yourself. Doing it by yourself is you being on that ship with no captain and no crew. We all need direction and help from somebody else because we get stuck. We get stuck from all the paradigm, from all the self-imposed prison that we've put ourselves in, not on purpose. Most of the time it's other people's U-Haul truck in our U-Haul truck that has kept us stuck. It's like a block. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about my new program. I have been working super hard at emotional wellness. So it's going to be a 7 to 8 week emotional healing course. Totally blew me away that I had to learn to love myself. That was really a new one for me because I was an overachiever. I would try to make everybody happy. I was trying to make everybody else happy but me. I was always the one that got the short end of the stick because I just gave and I 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 outdid. And I had nothing left. Do you ever feel like that's you? You just give and you give and you give and you give and you're just over functioning for everybody else. And you're exhausted and you're drained and you're like, I can't even take it anymore. I'm tired. And who's there for you? Listen, nobody could fix you. Nobody except you. God, you, and my course can help fix you because it helped fix me. I took all of these things and I put them together. I put all the best parts of Bob Proctor's stuff. I put the best parts of Tony Robbins, Robin Adonis. I did KBB. I did 7 years of John Maxwell, leadership, coaching, and speaking. Robin's Madonis. So she's a psychologist, is Madonis. She's phenomenal and awesome. She took all of Tony's materials and she broke it down. So that was a big, long program too, which is awesome and amazing. The psychology behind things are so good. And then the Bruce Lipton, who is a neuroscientist, Caroline Leaf is also a neuroscientist. They teach you how the brain functions and works. Bob Proctor does thinking into results. He also teaches how the brain works. Paul Martinelli as well. So all of these people have all done psychology and all kinds of how do you change the brain, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and all that. I put it in a program. So it was bite-sized pieces. And I'm saving you the time to not have to take all those years, which is the last 8 years now, of teaching and training and taking all these classes and courses to be able to become emotionally healthy and well. So I'm super excited about this. This is my heart, because if I could help you overcome your past trauma, your past pain, your past, I want to say anger, bitterness, worry, fear. Do you know worry and fear are just as bad as shame and guilt? Worry and fear are so bad because, and anxiety makes your body like this inside. You're like this inside with anxiety. Everything makes you scared. Everything's like, oh, I don't know what decision to make. I don't know what I want to do with my hair. I don't know what I want to eat. Like, we start to not know how to make decisions. Anxiety is ruling and running our body. Our body is so filled with, I want to say, anxiety, which to me is trauma, because anxiety just like shakes up your nervous system all the time, and you're always having this shaky nervous system. It's unhealthy. You need to get rid of that. You need to have calmness. You need to have peace. You need to have joy. You need to have happiness. That is what really matters. That's what we want. But because of watching the news, because of bad negative thoughts, because of things that happen to us in our life, all those things have made imprints. It's almost like taking a piece of cement and cementing your handprint into that cement. Guess what happens to that handprint? It's cemented in there. So all that anxiety and stress, worry and fear of the unknown drives you crazy. Is it painful? It is painful, but it's like, it's annoying painful. It's like almost as if something was dripping on your skin for 24 hours. It just keeps dripping, just keeps dripping. That's what I feel like anxiety is. It's like Chinese torture. Just keep dripping a dot and you'll make somebody crazy. But anxiety makes you crazy, and it makes other people crazy, because we become so indecisive, and especially young kids today. Their anxiety level is through the roof. And it shouldn't be. It's unhealthy for kids to live that way. And then they wonder why, drug addiction so high, why alcoholism so high, why pills. We live in a digitally obsessed world that goes to addiction or alcohol or overeating. I mean, eating is probably the worst one of all. We just go to food instantly for comfort. But it's just as unhealthy as other things are. Whether you drink a beer or a vodka and then you're overeating with so much fat and stuff that's not good for you, or sugar is so bad for you, right? So we kind of hide behind these things. But I have anxiety. But guess what? You can get rid of it. If somebody has the cure for something, do you want it? That's what we need to get to. Do you want to get healthy and well? Do you want to be made whole? Do you want to be emotionally healthy? Do you know emotions run your whole entire body? When you have anger, it instantly goes from like your toes to your head, and like almost sometimes smoke could come out of us, right? At least it could feel that way. Emotions are feelings, and we want to learn how to manage those emotions so that our feelings don't go with the emotions. And that's what happens. We live by feelings. We have to get positive and think positive things so we're not going down to this uncomfortable, anxiety-filled, unhappy life, right? Because that's what's happening. We become so unhappy. We make wrong decisions more and more because we're so undecisive. We don't know what to do. We're afraid to make a decision. We're afraid to make a mistake. But we're human and we have to make mistakes, and we got to keep learning, failing forward. You have to give yourself permission to make mistakes and be human. Give yourself permission to be you. Give yourself permission to love yourself. Give yourself permission to allow God into your heart, to know that He loves you unconditional. And you always have somebody in your side and in your arena and in your corner if you have God. God gives us abundantly above more than we could ever ask or think. We need to ask, we need to think, and we need to believe. Listen, there's more unseen forces in this world than seen forces. What runs the universe, right? Like, there's these unseen forces that govern the world, which is gravity. Gravity governs the world, but you don't see it until somebody jumps off of a building and you go splat on the ground, right? Or unless you see outer space and you see everything floating. You realize this world is governed by laws and principles that need to be followed, or else you have paid the consequence. like electricity. Do you know if you're a good person or a bad person, you stick your finger in an electric socket, doesn't matter. You could be the worst criminal in the world. You could be the most greatest saint in the world. You could be Mother Teresa. If she put her finger in a socket, she would get electrocuted. You put a murderer in there, they get electrocuted. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? It's not biased. There are laws that need to be followed. And when you learn that there's laws for the mind, there's laws for your intellectual mental faculties that live inside of you that are free, let me tell you, you have freedom. If you want to bust out of that self-imposed prison and you want to deal with your emotions and really get healthy and well, I am so looking forward to you buying my program. It is so worth every penny that you spend to buy this program to get healthy and well. Emotional health and wellness, to become whole again as a person, to have joy, to have happiness, and to have life back the way you'd really want it, right? But do you really want joy in your life? Do you really want happiness? Do you really want to let go of all the baggage that you've been carrying around? Well, this is Coach Kimmy, and I hope and I look forward to you becoming free. I can't wait to meet you and walk with you every step of the way through the process. Have a wonderful day.